I have fantasized about carrying a rifle into battle against an armed enemy for as long as I can remember. But as a young child, books were truly my best friend, and that friendship helped guide the path of my life. My name is Michael Cusick, and I'm a United States Army Airborne Ranger. To understand why I joined the military and eventually enrolled in college, it's important to understand the influence that my family had on me and some of the major events in my life, particularly during my adulthood. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my father's influence during my childhood, my grandparents' influence during my adolescence, and some of the major events of my adulthood that put me where I am today. The choice to join the military was one that I made when I was a child. My father was a great supporter of the armed forces and a great patriot. Every year, he brought my little brother and I to every air show that came to our local town. We would tour until we were exhausted, from sunrise to sunset. The way that he talked with us about the things that we saw made it very apparent that not only was he proud to be an American, but he was proud to be from a nation that could produce such military might. He would sit both of us in the seat of every aircraft, and we would ask questions until it was no longer our turn to be there. He never tired of any of our requests to go to the library and rent military-related books, or rent military-related DVDs, or video cassettes at that time. As a result of this, during the day, if we were outside playing, we were in the woods playing army with sticks and guns. If we were in our bedroom, we were drawing pictures of soldiers or airplanes or military helicopters to hang on the walls. If I ever had an option to write a paper for school, invariably it would be on the subject of a major American conflict. Early on in high school, my father passed away, and my little brother and I went to live with our grandparents, who had a somewhat different set of values. My grandparents respected the military, but they very much valued an education. They closely monitored both my and my brother's scholastic achievements, and they were very involved with our schooling. If my grades fell below my grandmother's standard, not only could I not go to wrestling practice or wrestling matches, but I couldn't work my job after school. It became very important to not only meet but exceed her standard. She insisted that I join various clubs in school and participate in extracurricular activities. My grandmother in particular urged me to use the military as an ends to a means, as a way to receive an education. She also insisted that if I must enlist, I should choose a job in the military that would give me the best skill set that I could use in the civilian world. While my grandparents' participation and encouragement during my initial courting of recruiters was very much appreciated, the decision that we came to for me to enlist in the National Guard as a radio operator was not one that sat very well with me. So I decided to delay my enlistment and instead enter college. During college, I believed I found the career that I wanted for the rest of my life. While I was there, I picked up a part-time job working as a waiter's assistant in a world-class restaurant. Because of my strong work ethic, I climbed the ranks really, really quickly from waiter, and before I even knew it, I had an apprenticeship under a world-class chef. I made very competitive money very quickly, and I became quickly attached to the idea that I could do this for the rest of my life. After my son was born, however, I became increasingly aware and angered at the events that happened around the world, at the people around the world who were perpetrating acts of brutality and violence against innocents. I became more and more frustrated with myself, and I felt that I was not contributing anything valuable to the world around me. The idea of enlisting became very insistent in my mind. I felt I needed to do my part to protect my son against the evils of the world. I enlisted as I had always wanted to, as a United States Army infantryman. And I did it as a way to make the world safe for my son. I approached the Army as a fresh start with no limits, as a way to wipe the slate clean of my life. I vowed to earn the title of Ranger. I accomplished my goal and more as I transformed from a civilian into a soldier. Today I've told you of my family's influence on me, how that shaped my childhood, and how those decisions made during my childhood helped shape who I was as an adult. And the major events that happened during my adulthood put me where I am today. I am an airborne ranger and a college student, and I honor my family. Thank you.